All right, listen to Black community. Now this goes to y'all, some of y'all, I should say, not because not every white person like this. I mean, I for damn sure it's not like this. I know a lot of black people that are like this as well. But y'all need to hear something. White people are not the cause of your problems. White people are not the cause of your problems. White people are not the cause of your problems. Okay? I'm so sick and tired of seeing, you know, black people, especially online, crying and complaining and blaming white people for everything. They blame white people for racism. They blame white people for the economy. They blame white people for the reason why they're broke and they got no money. They blame white people for slavery. They blame white people for the reason why they stubbed their toe in the morning. They blame white people for why they woke up for late. Woke up late for work and they got fired because they were late to work. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's just out of hand now. I mean, it's literally like there's some black people out here that if anything goes wrong in their life, they will blame a white person for it. And it's disgusting. It's a bunch of wannabe victims. Wannabe victims out there. Wannabe victimists. Wannabe victims out there. That's all it is. And it needs to stop. The majority of white people, they're not racist. They're against racism. They've been fighting for, equality for everybody since they were marching in the streets, Martin Luther King. But people, they don't want to talk about that though. They don't want to talk about all the white people that, hid, slaves back during slavery time now. They don't want to talk about all the white people that fought to end slavery, that gave their lives to end slavery, all their ancestors, that did that. They don't want to talk about that though. They don't want to talk about how white people actually are the ones that ended slavery. They just want to blame white people for slavery. They don't want to talk about how it was actually black people that sold other black people into slavery to begin with. They don't want to talk about that though. They'll sit up and try to make they try to justify. They try to say, oh, black people back then didn't know that it was going to be the type of slavery that actually happened. They thought they were going to be treated nicely or some weird excuse or whatnot. Like the words really be treated nicely in slavery is probably the 60s. So regardless of how you thought someone was going to be treated, you still should absolutely live in the same way. I'm not blaming black people ancestors for that, but yet black people try to blame white people ancestors for that when the majority of white people ancestors didn't even own slaves to begin with. But it's just, like I said, it's just weird. It's just weird how people want to blame white people for all their problems, all their issues, instead of having accountability, instead of accepting the fact that, hey, you know what, I messed up, I did this. The reason why my life might suck is because of my own life choices. It's not because of a white person. It's not because of the system. It's not because of, you know, the white person on the street that doesn't have to do with, that doesn't know me, that works 9 to 5 just like the rest of us. It's just very odd to me how black people, they're always looking. Like I said, not all black people. Don't get me wrong, not all black people, but a lot of black people are looking for a scapegoat. They're looking to blame white people for their problems, when in fact, a lot of the problems stem from themselves, not white people. And a lot of white people are actually, defending black people. They're defending everybody out here. And black people are greatest allies in my opinion. I've met so many, white people that have been just good to me, that's just show me nothing but love. That don't even care that my skin's a little darker than theirs, or they're a little lighter than mine. It's it's a beautiful thing when you meet people like that. You meet people that actually do,